Okay, so this is a test stream because last night was an absolute disaster because of technical difficulties. And not happy. Not happy as a user, not happy as a paying customer. I checked everything after the show. My internet was fine. No settings on anything had been changed since the stream previous. And so now that last night makes two streams where there were technical issues that were ridiculous. The vertical and landscape dual streaming option thing wouldn't play videos, which is great. And then last night it was Robot City. Maybe it was YouTube. Maybe I suspect StreamYard, but I can't say for certain. So anyway, I care, if you can believe it, I care a lot about coming through clearly and getting what I pay for, both in internet and StreamYard stuff. And most especially, I care about putting out a broadcast that is watchable. I can't claim quality of content, but at least something that's watchable. And last night was not watchable. Sometimes I'll look back and watch my previous night's show just because I'm curious to see how it came out, so on. And I took about 5 minutes this morning to try to watch last night's show, and I just cringed my way into oblivion. So, and most especially today, I'm going to be doing an interview with a guest. I might be a rinky-dink operation, but I try to be as professional and put out as professional a product as I can, and be able to showcase these things, presumably, to other guests in the future. Like, here's a good place to come in and have a chat, and for what little exposure it might provide, at least you have a quality result. Doesn't make me happy to think that I have to be on eggshells about that. So far, how is it looking? Those of you that are in the chat. Kiro Soldier, good evening. Good morning. I have one mode when it comes to greeting people on my channel. It's usually in the evening or afternoon. Mike Savage, Blarg. Stoka, hello. Lewis, good morning. Dom O'Leary, Jay Blizza. Amy Williams, what did he say there? Tech problems suck. Last night with StreamYard's fault, but I understand. Yeah, I just and the most frustrating thing is that you're sitting here live, knowing that people are seeing garbage, hearing garbage, and you feel like an idiot, and you can't do anything about it. It's like, well, I am at the whims of forces beyond my control. If I could go back and do it again, I would have just ended the stream. I would have just said, okay, guys, I'm going to do this tomorrow. And in the future, if I encounter this again, I'm probably going to, But at the same time, I don't want to take time out at the beginning of every show to say, hey, guys, does it look okay? Does it look okay? I sound like a moron. I shouldn't have to do that. And I understand, once in a blue moon, things happen. But still, the last night was just ridiculous. 5x5. Okay, yeah, I'm rolling the dice that today is going to go well. Because if I go live tonight or later this afternoon and everybody's talking about roboting and everything else, I'm not even going to hesitate. I'll just be like, we're going to do this another day. I am not going to risk having an hour and a half, almost 2 hours of herky-jerky, roboting, blurry, staticky nonsense if I can prevent that. So. Dominic Scribe, you have always been a fave, and I'm going back to Lawton days. Yeah, this reminds me the first Monkey test stream. This 8 years ago now, almost 9 years ago now. He just DMs me on Twitter. He's like, "Hey, I'm bored, or I don't know how to live stream. Can you help me out?" I'm like, "Sure," because at that point, between the two of us, I was the professional. I knew what I was doing, and then. His first live stream test was just us sitting there making sure that sound and everything worked, and like 75 people showed up just to watch us dick around for 10 minutes, making sure that all of his settings were correct and we could hear each other and all that fun stuff. And some of you are probably there, I'm betting. And it's crazy. It's crazy to see, familiar names and avatars that have been around this long. And just know how much has happened. I mean, I'm not trying to do like a ninth anniversary part 2 here, but really, the various life events of so many people in the audience, marriages and births and deaths, illnesses, fundraisers, the world events. We've either one of my favorite bits was the night the Jussie Smollett story broke, and it became like news. I think essentially right when we were on the air, like it really became a headline deal, and we read the story from CNN. And I tried to play devil's advocate for the sake of playing devil's advocate, not because it made any sense, but it helped to work through it. If you have somebody who tries to, defend a position, sometimes it reveals more weaknesses. And we're reading that story, and immediately, Satsu Monkey and I were like, this doesn't make any sense. And I said, well, guys, this just broke, and how many times have we seen? And it's true. The initial facts of a story evolve with more information, or half-told truths evolve. So I was trying to play it safe for the sake of just being, what's the word I'm looking for? It's morning, guys. I'm still in my bathrobe. The alarm is about to go off in about 10 minutes with my laundry being done. So I'm only doing this for a couple minutes. But anyway, I was trying to be fair about it. Fair and balanced, and even trying to be devil's advocate of, well, let's wait wait for all the information to come out, and then it was just like, nah. So yeah, that was a fun one, and I felt like we were slightly ahead of the curve, because immediately afterwards you had all those people coming forward and saying, this is a modern day lynching and all this other stuff. Like, oh, come on, you're just too harsh looking fine. Last night's broadcast was, I should have ended as soon as people started saying I was roboting more than about 5 minutes in. I should have just said, nah, we'll do it. I'll do this one tomorrow. Because last night's TEDx honestly was great, and not in the sense that it was a good presentation, but the fact that even at this late date, you have somebody standing on a stage, and that's the best they can do to promote anti-racism technically, but to also argue against colorblindness. I think that's an important artifact of just where we're at. That the best that they can do is just say, it's bad. It's bad because it's bad, and I told you it's bad. And it got all chopped up and all garbled and everything. So for those of you that were in attendance last night, I hope it was entertaining enough past all the issues. Lewis, Monkey just talked about this, and I was like, did he? What? He and I may share a brain, I guess. I didn't watch his last stream. That's funny. That's great, though. Not great. Just to have that sort of like, shared consciousness on this stuff. See you later, Discord. Yep, 12:30 p.m. Pacific, 3:30 Eastern. Fingers crossed. Knock for Micah. We don't have any technical issues. You guys are telling me everything's coming through now just fine? Jay Blizz, I understand wanting to be kind, but yesterday's text was choppy as hell. I know. And I apologize for as much as it is my fault. I should have ended the stream earlier. And oh my gosh. Stoka, here's $5 to go buy a different dial-up CD. People PC. Yeah. I'm still got my Prodigy going. Yeah, I got my Earthlink account needs refreshing. Thank you, Stoka. Thank you, Brett. Appreciate it. Anyway, guys, I'm going to end it there. Just wanted to check. But I promise you, if I start another show in the future and everybody's talking about robot, choppy, etc. right off the jump, I'm not going to waste your time or my time, and I will reschedule and do it another day because I don't want what happened last night to reoccur. So thank you guys so much for attending. Hope to see you later this afternoon for Living on Borrowed Crime. And otherwise, have a good day and have a good weekend if I don't see you ahead of time. Take care, everybody.